So, got a knife set from Temu. Cost me about $8, 17 cents, 12 cents, something like that. Cutting board and knives. So, I'm going to demonstrate real quickly using Plum. We have the chef knife. Beautiful. Cuts. Slices. I'm actually going to finish cutting this. Go with what? The boning knife? I don't know. I can't remember the name of these knives. There's a chef knife, boning knife. I imagine this is a boning knife. I'm not sure, 100%. But they seem like they cut good, and, well, I'm going to try to just dig the bone out of this. Ooh. Mm. Sorry. Seems like it was just better eating it out. Chef knife. Now, I'm going to try to make a little dish for no one out there. Nobody makes this. Never even heard of this recipe. So that you know, I'm not really a chef. I just play one on In Your Dreams. Oh, seems how this is In Your Dreams. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm kind of psycho, but I'm a good one. Now, so if you've never had it, plum rice is delicious. I've never had it myself, but I've had the dream and I've imagined it. Just to let you know, rice has a protein in it that's really only half of a super protein. Now, I don't know how people got the idea of getting these two ingredients together. Rice and beans. I mean, could you imagine rice and beans? combining together to create a super protein. It's like a superfood, except you need two of them. You need two parts in order to make them whole: rice and beans. I don't know how they got together, rice and beans, but yeah, I'm not going to demonstrate all the knives either. I'm just doing that kind of as play along. I don't know. I'm fucking crazy and stupid, and it's like fuck all in the morning, and I'm just hanging out. So yeah, I'm running for president. A spooner for prez. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I get banned from TikTok all the time, like a regular thing, because I say things are restarted when things are restarted. Don't get me wrong. If you're restarted, I'm not picking on you at all. Or if you know anyone that's restarted, I don't use restart as a negative or derogatory term towards any living human being. I think restarted means, well, in scientific terms, go fuck off and go to hell. Well, means what it means. It wasn't able to sustain itself, so it died off. Understand, I don't know how to explain it to you, but I was in high school and we did an experiment with fruit flies, and we all had a bunch of fruit flies, and we put them in little jars, and we put a little a feed medium, some agarose gel and sugar, something they could eat. Well, it was part of an experiment. Basically, we gave the fruit flies all the food they needed, and we picked out. We didn't pick them out; they were given to us, but they all had the same colored eyes, bodies, and wings. Where we're given fruit flies with black eyes, black bodies, and clear wings, and we looked at them generationally. We put them in jars and we let them eat. So, and this is a long way of beating around the bush. I fucking do this all the time, and I'm notorious for it. Not really, but I don't know what I'm notorious for. B.I.G. Nigga D. Come on. The fuck? Come on. But yeah, anyway, we all had fruit flies and we put them in jar, and every couple of days or every other day we would open up the jar, we'd knock them all out with a ether derivative, and we would count them, and we would note the eye color, the body color, and the wing color. And well, one kid, he happened to be the gay kid in class. It doesn't matter, but all his were dead. Don't know why. All his fruit flies were dead. And the teacher said, well, it's just restarted. Everybody in class was like, you can't say that. It's like he dropped the N word. Understand that. You know, I'm kind of immune to words and what they mean to you and how I'm supposed to be offended like the rest of you, because I've always just heard and understood the meaning, or I looked up the meaning. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Really doesn't. But when he said these fruit flies are restarted, everyone in class like pin drop, like girls, and you can't say that. Like the girls snapped up immediately. They started saying, you can't say that. And he's like, it's a word. It means something. It means one thing. It doesn't mean all these other things. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, I guess it's just your burden to have knowledge, to understand without being introduced to all these other possible meanings. It doesn't matter. He wasn't insulting anyone. You know what I mean? He wasn't sitting down and he wasn't saying, well, this group of people are started. He wasn't saying anything. He just said, these batch of fruit flies are restarted. And that was it. And, well, I almost have to put the rice on. So just give me a second to dig out my bag of rice. Now, I wish this was jasmine rice because, you know, jasmine, exotic, flowery. It's like Aladdin. Can you imagine Aladdin? I know, I'm fucking insane. But yeah, anyway, um, jasmine rice is a little different than long rice. Now, if I was a proper chef, I'd be able to explain the exact difference. That's the difference between a cook and a chef. A cook can have ideas on how to create a meal. A chef understands how that meal is going to come out before you cook it. So,
we're turning that on to a slow simmer, as you would when you cook any rice, as it's plum rice, it doesn't matter. And it is that time in the morning. I have no business cooking supper right now, but I guess that's what it is. Seems you didn't eat right. If I'd knew you were coming, I'd don't know what I would have done. Different. Oh, I'd have cooked beans. Because when beans and rice get together, I don't care if it's jasmine rice, which honestly, I pray it is. I don't know why I like jasmine rice. It just has something to do with Aladdin, I think. I don't know. But basically, yeah. I'm not listening to you. I'm listening to some Wu-Tang on the TV. Spider-Man, identity, Peter Parker, act like you can Parker, and act like you can. Can you see in the dark? I don't understand. Too much light in my vision. It's almost like I take it with me. I just kind of see the truth. Too cold to hold. Yeah. It's lifelong. And beyond. Till death? No, beyond. I'd take you to heaven with me if I could. I'd stick around and make sure you can. Understand? I am not what I am or what I was. I am what I'm gonna be. One day. Now it's a warning, so proceed with caution. From Puerto Rico to Port Berlin. Oh, you ever heard of a burden? Oof. Dude, so cold, you have no idea. He just came in. I felt a cold breeze. It's a burden. He came in and I got bird. Like, I felt a bird. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's so goddamn cold. Have no idea. And yeah, I wish I had some salmon to go with this plum rice. I wish I had some beans to go with it, honestly. I don't know how rice and beans got together in the first place. You know, it's like, imagine rice sitting there telling you how good rice is, and rice is so good with all this gravy, and you need all this gravy, and gravy is energy. You know what I mean? Like, and rice is sitting there talking about gravy, riding the gravy train. I don't know. I'm just listening to Pink Floyd, Wu Tang. I'm thinking of money. You know, like to ride the gravy train. So yeah. Anyway, if you could follow me, that'd be awesome. If you could like this, it'd be even better. I don't have any followers, or well, I guess I have 9. Jesus had 12. I'm fucking falling way short of that fucker. And that, oh, poor bastard. I mean, honestly, what a poor bastard. You know, I mean, imagine giving up your life for all these arrogant fuckers that are walking around saying, oh, yeah, he died for us. He died to give you an opportunity to better yourselves. And we're just fucking off and fucking all. Understand that? You know, I mean, it's like, what the fuck? Now, you have to seem conceptible. But when we don't give a fuck, give a fuck, whether they push you towards insanity, death, empathy, or greed, whatever, that's just coming from the earbud. So I don't even know what I was just saying, and I'm kind of like a goldfish. You understand what a goldfish is? Goldfish, you put them in a tank, they have 30 seconds of memory, you know. Every 30 seconds or something, it's like a glitch happens. And next thing you know, they start pecking at the top of the water looking for food because they forgot that they're hungry, or it doesn't matter. You feed a goldfish 30 seconds later, it's going to forget that it ate, and it's just going to be. So if it's eating out of habit, it's always going to be putting ripples on the surface of the water. Understand, there's a habit and a need. Now, if we start eating out of habit instead of need, we're always going to be circling the surface of the water, putting all these ripples out. Now, even among the things that my mind has gone, I never killed man that didn't deserve it. Even to like a punk, you know, that's unheard of. So I guess I'm hanging out long enough for 20 minutes. I have no fucking idea. I have to talk for 20 minutes? Oh, looks good so far. But yeah, I'd rather be explaining the difference between a pluot and a plum. I don't know, it sounds kind of dumb, but a lot of people don't understand. They don't know. Oh, and I need to turn on battery saver now? Come on. Anyway, since I got you in my kitchen, since I got you in my kitchen, let me explain how rice and beans get together. While Rice is going online and talking all this weird bullshit about money and money's energy, and that doesn't matter. Beans is listening in, and it's like, the fuck is wrong with you? What? It doesn't even make sense. Can you explain to me in a way to make that right? Can you make it make sense to me? And he just starts going off. Beans is just going off on Rice, and Rice is just doing what Rice does. Apparently, Rice just goes around and can't explain what Rice was doing. But apparently Beans is going off hard enough to make Rice break. And Rice broke. And it's like, the fuck is your fucking problem? And Beans just let it have it. And she just fucking went off on. And I guess it's just sexual tension, if that's what you want to call it, between Rice and Beans. And I guess that's what makes it a superfood. Because when they get together, they produce a protein inside your body that surpasses almonds or anything else known to man. I honestly don't know a better food combination that produces a singular protein. Understand, when rice and bean get together, they produce a singular protein. And I guess a protein, I don't know if it's I don't know what it is. I don't know what to call it. A protein complex? Some type of complex is formed when we get rice and beans together, and it forms in your system. You know what I mean? You eat one food and you eat another, and the two halves of the protein come together and they create a super solid protein. I don't understand. I have no idea, to be honest with you. My head just gets smaller. Oh, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It doesn't understand how complex it really is. And now you have two proteins that come together, and one comes from rice, one comes from beans, and I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, let's watch me slice a goddamn tomato and make a turkey sandwich. Chef knife, boning knife. I should have looked this up before. Fillet knife. It's not a true fillet knife. Cleaver. You know what this is for. Now, they say you use this to hack at the joints and bones, but honestly, I found boning knife to be best for going in between the joints and bones. You gotta pop it and crack it and shit. It's disgusting. Really is. Also came with meat scissors and a goddamn plastic potato peeler. I almost called it a potato whittle. Do you know what it's like to have to fucking come up with a word every time you try to think? I don't know. You probably think everything. People process things differently. I guess some people are blessed with being able to think of a paragraph and then speak the paragraph. I got to come up with word by word. You understand how hard that can be to articulate yourself properly? No, because it's ridiculous to have that thought in the first place. All right, they call this a slicer knife. They call this a paring knife. This is chef knife. And they call this a kitchen knife. They're all rated 5 cows. Oh. Chef knife just smashed my, or kitchen knife just smashed my tomato. It seems sharp enough. That's a rough rider's road. Look what you just started. Act for it, you even got it. You know it's a bitch retarded. Act like you just started. Oh, you thought you was raw? Not anymore. But this, $8.12 on Temu, cost me probably $3 in shipping, so $11.12. Well worth it, seemed like. And I don't know. I guess I'm gonna make a turkey sandwich on Jewish rye bread. I like Jewish rye bread. And I'm only making the sandwich and I'm gonna eat it because I cut up a tomato and I'm fucking retarded. Restarted, I'm sorry. I can't say retarded. I get banned from TikTok all the time for saying retarded. It's a goddamn scientific word. Unless I'm calling somebody a fucking retard or something like that, you should not have a fucking problem with it. Know what I mean, Negro? Oh, I can say that shit, but y'all don't fuck yourself. You know? And y'all can pretend I'm fucking racist or something too, but I don't give a fuck. Make fun of me because my hair cut. Whatever the fuck I am. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a shit. Just to let you know. I don't give a fuck, and I honestly think that 10 minutes of conversation with any reasonable person, they'd understand. I'm not fucking racist. It doesn't fucking matter. As soon as you say you're not racist, it means you're fucking racist in some way, shape, or form. And honestly, I am. You know? I think Asians are fucking smart and intelligent and fucking goddamn beautiful. I think black, a little bit more muscular and probably a little bit faster on the court and everything, you know what I mean? Physically endowed. I honestly think white people are whatever kind of racist bullshit you're gonna get, it comes down to the individual. I have no idea how black girls get that ass. Have you ever seen black girl, they get stretch marks on their ass? Because it's like, goddamn. You know? You used to see kids in high school, they get friggin' stretch marks around their arms. Amazing mayonnaise. Mike's amazing mayonnaise. Never had it before. First time I picked this brand up. And I have no idea what the Jews do to this bread, but it's fucking delicious. And they call it Jewish rye bread. Jewish. And I don't know if it's cool for me to say Jews made it. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I see myself as being Judeo-Christian, possibly Muslim. I don't know. I'm not black, so I can't be, right? But I read the Seventh Circle Quran. And Well, it was mostly about Jesus, and it wasn't all about how he gave. It more or less painted a circle of horror around his demise. You know, it wasn't this grand gesture of him sacrifice. It was more like, wow, these fucking filthy, nasty pigs got excited and they just fucking killed him. You understand that? Now, that's one thing I have a strong objection with is with people going around saying Jesus died for our sins. Like he came here to earth specifically to be murdered, and like he came here as a teacher to teach us, to preach to us. And it's everything else beyond that's fucking a perversion. Understand that. It's a goddamn perversion. I don't need to listen to that anymore. But you're here with me, right? I'd have been lost. I don't know how long I'd have been stuck under the earth without just a seed waiting to grow, really. Waiting for a little sunshine. You know, seeds in the earth need two things to grow. They need water and sunshine. Without sunshine, the seeds will rot with just water in the earth. Without water or sunshine, they'll be preserved in sand. Which is one reason I want to make it rain in the desert. See what kind of seeds we have saved up there. As president, I promised three things: fish in our river, more deer in our woods, and rain in the desert. They're going to talk about economics and all that shit. Well, I can promise you more money in your pocket by having it generated for you by you. Now, if you understand, you need a job to earn money and the whole economics and all that. You understand there's a basic flaw in that system where the rich don't need the poor. Understand that. Sure, the rich need things from the poor, and they can always find a poor guy to do it. Poor bastard. Willing to do it for less and willing to. But yeah, let's understand one thing about food stamps. When the government first decided to start food stamps, because it was a combination of things where there weren't enough jobs, that wasn't it. The jobs they had weren't paying enough for people to pay rent and buy food at the same time. So the government came up with a great idea. Let's get food stamps. Because people that are so poor, Well, we can't trust them. They're gonna buy. They're gonna spend the money on rent or something else they fucking need. Maybe it's drugs. Maybe it's alcohol. Whatever it is. But that's where basically the idea for food stamps came from. And when they came out with food stamps, the corporations were like, we don't have to pay our workers so much because they can just get food stamps. And we're still sucking up to the same goddamn corporations. It's disgusting, really. Understand that because they make millions of dollars and they're the only ones that are paying taxes, it's like, you know, they pay taxes so we can pay food stamps. Is that some type of weird sick circle? Isn't that some sick cyclical bullshit? Where we tax the rich so we can give out food stamps, and the rich are like, well, let's pay them less because they're getting food stamps. And sorry about that light. I guess I should try to block it because it's kind of blinding. I thought I fixed the foggy lens thing on my phone. I don't know. I'm probably gonna break it again. Every time I make one of these long videos, everything on my phone shuts down and I can't even edit. I can't upload anything. It fucks everything up. I don't know. But have you ever, I was listening to this chick talk. She kept going on and on and on about money being everything. I don't know. I guess I kind of let her have it. She was listening to me because she was doing one of those private readings. Channeled message. Channeled message. I actually broke her. That's a professional. Now that's something I should be proud of. Honestly, I'm more happy with it than anything. I don't have much pride. They say pride feeds your ego. I say ego is the reason why we're here. Pride is something that hurts your ego ultimately. Understand that how high you're proud. You're so proud you built. You know, how deep did you dig that hole today? You dug that hole 8 feet deep and you dug it 6 feet wide? Wow, that's something to be proud of. I knew some guy dug it 20 feet deep and 8 feet wide in one day. So, depending on how proud you were of that hole you dug, you might be a little bit hurt that it might hurt your ego. You know what I mean? And anyone out there trying to convince you that your ego must die, they're out there trying to steal your soul. Let's just take a peek. I'm going to give that a minute to cool down. And we're going to get a bowl of that started in just a minute. Doing a little bit more than letting it cool down. Letting the rice fluff up to perfection. Understand that. That's a key to good rice. Boil up some water. Put the rice in. You let the rice absorb into it for about 15-20 minutes. Pardon me. I just ate a sandwich. But yeah, I don't know. I never cooked this before. I'm more interested. I used to have daydreams of picking blackberries. Nobody says black raspberries. I don't. I still don't understand black raspberry ice cream. Do you understand black raspberry ice cream? Blackberry ice cream. I understand that. Blackberry. You know. I don't know. You want to talk about some sick, cyclical bullshit? I grew up on Blueberry Lane. Used to catch turtles down at Pearly Pond. And, I don't fucking know. Understand that. I still don't understand it. Understand? I could explain everything, but it just make you like, the fuck are you talking about? That sounds sick and crazy. It's disgusting, and you need to have not done whatever you need, whatever happened, whatever you did to put yourself in that situation, you need to have not have done it. And you look at it and be like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm running for president, and I promise fidelity. Check out what I've been saying about fidelity. Universal basic income, which I'm calling fidelity. Universal basic health care. You know, I mean, fuck. You break your leg, you break your leg, you're automatically off work for like, what, a month? You should have some type of income to provide for yourself beyond whatever your insurance is providing. Unless you're on Social Security, of course, you know, but on top of whatever you're making, you need something. Understand that. Because they're going to take away money that you make because you get food stamps. Understand that. I just need you to understand that. I need you to understand how they generate money in America, what the national debt is. And I need you to understand some things before I want you to vote for me. You know, before you support me, I want to educate you on what the fuck's going on and what the fuck is happening. Why I want to educate you on why things are the way they are. But I want to promise fish in our fucking rivers, deer in our woods. I want to make it so that if you feel like it, you can get comfortable, take a year off. Go live in the fucking woods. Live off of salmon, fish, deer, rabbit, whatever the fuck you're going to catch in the goddamn woods. I want you to be able to eat that comfortably. Understand that. They just try to make everything so goddamn scarce. It's like they didn't do it intentionally, though. They did this shit on accident. Understand that. They made things so fucking perfectly. I don't know. But I'm gonna try some of this rice, and I'd let you try some. I'd make some for you, especially for you. I'd make a side of beans with it too. So, does it look good? You like that, don't you? You like the fact that I can cook fucking plum rice? Who the hell's ever thought of that? This guy, I'd eat it with chopsticks too, but I don't have them. I'm not bad with chopsticks. But yeah, and I'm aware I'm kind of an acquired taste, and I have no idea how you got to taste me, but now that you got a taste, I'm sure you're hooked. Might need salt. Might need a little more time to cool off too. Jesus, how hot is this? I have no idea why it's so hot. It's almost like I just pulled it off a stove from my kitchen. That's how hot I cook it. If I welcome you to my kitchen, please be inventive and make it flavorful. Need a little salt. I don't like too much butter. But yeah, I think this would go great with some fish. Turn into a pescatarian. Fish, they don't have any feelings. So, I know it started out as let me show you some knives and shit that I got from Temu, super cheap, and turned into a small lecture on rice and beans and kind of went, I don't fuck nowhere. But yeah, that's the type of shit you get from me. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this at all. I know it should. But you know what? Sometimes the most profound things are there on accident. So take with you what fits and leave the rest. Plum rice. It'd be all right with trout or fish in general.